Hey traders, John Howell here. In this video I'm going to answer an email that I got just recently, and I want to help this particular person out when it comes to their trading and some big mistakes that they're making right now. So let's get straight into it. Grab your 100% free training right now on the 7 major steps to becoming a long-term successful trader. The very first link in the description, click on that to get the free training right now. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because trading can cause substantial financial loss. There's so many areas to become a good trader. So this here is just the education only, and it's not financial advice. Okay, traders, so the stock that I'm looking at right now, I got an email just recently from a particular person. I'm not going to mention their name. They said, thank you. It's very nice that you want to help people. I'm struggling, but a lot of that has to do with a Canadian bank stock, BNS, and we're looking at that right now, that I have that's getting torched in this rough market. So you said that you're struggling right now because this BNSS. Okay, so a few things here I want to share with this particular person. And the very first thing that I must say is this, is it's so critical. It is so important that firstly, you must understand that it's not about one trade. Trading the market successfully is never about one trade. It's always about a basket of trades. A basket of trades is a minimum of 20 trades of taking the exact setup every time. It's never about being lucky and getting one trade right. Making money on one trade or making a lot of money on one trade is useless to me. I don't care. Some people say, oh, John, I just made 100 grand in one day. That's okay. You know, but it's all about long-term success, right? So what are you going to do long-term to be sustainable long-term? Because it's not about the short-term, is it? So the first thing I must say is that to this particular person, was there any type of setup that you're using for this that you're going to trade 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 times in a row on every single stock? And what was your plan to get out once it goes against you? Because you need to have what you call your exit point or a stop loss point. You may not have a stop loss in the stock, but you must have a mental point where it gets to this point, I need to be out of this trade because it was just that trade that it was just one of those trades that wasn't working. Makes sense? So it's so important that you simply you don't just hope and pray this stock is going to continue up and watch this thing go down and down and down and down, right? You need a point where you need to get out. Now, whatever that plan is for you, you need to have that plan, but it's so important to have that as a mentality in trading, right? It's never about one trade. It's about, because remember, trading is all about long-term success. How can you have long-term success when you're just hoping and praying every single trade? No, there's probabilities in this market. The probabilities only come out in, say, 20 trades. So that's the very first thing there, is that the foundations. The next thing I do say is that if you are trading the market and you're looking to invest in the markets, please look at those weekly charts. You're looking at the daily chart right now, and this thing has just been getting hammered. But please have a look at the weekly charts, right? So I'm looking at the weekly chart right now, the last 12 months, and I know this sounds really simple, but if you're looking to buy something and the market is doing this, lower high, and then it rallies back up again and creates another lower high, guess what? The sellers are likely to keep knocking that down and knocking it down. You are trying to fight the market. You're trying to be better than the market. The market is telling you, the weekly charts are telling you, the big guys keep selling the rallies. They get a rally, they drop it down. They get a rally, they drop it down. This is exactly what's been happening with silver. That's what happened with silver and gold for many years until it stabilized. It's exactly what happened with Bitcoin. It's exactly what happened with silver market as well too. And a lot of the gold stocks and the silver stocks indexes. Okay, so the most important thing is, well, there's a lot of important things that I want to share in this video. The very first one is that, are you actually trading a system, a plan? Meaning you're getting in here, you're getting out here. Are you actually, are you having a point where you're going to get out? And also when you are trading, are you trading against the trend? The trend is your friend. And I cannot count how many times people have sent me emails saying that this stock burnt me and so on and so forth. The reason why remember, and this is why I say right now, if you look at silver and gold right now, as I speak right now, they're doing the exact same thing, right? They're getting some short rallies. Then the overall market generally keeps stepping down until it doesn't. So the most important thing, right, is to trade what the market is telling you. And if you're trying to buy into a stock because you saw a good report or you saw a good video or why this thing is so good, all that is just rubbish. Okay? It is absolutely rubbish. Trade what you see, not what you hope for. When you're looking at that weekly chart and the markets and the market is telling you the big guys keep lowering their prices, they keep knocking it down. We get a rally, they knock it down. They get a rally, they knock it down. Why? We don't know. We don't care. Don't fight the market. Respect the market. Because when you respect the market, you go with the market, and therefore you have a much more high probability chance of doing well in the markets. And just remember, trading is never, ever, ever, ever about getting one trade right. It's not about loading up on all your money on one single trade to get it right. Trading the market is all about having a plan that has a win-loss ratio. So that means when you're taking your plan, you must accept the fact that the trade you're taking right now could be part of that loss ratio. I hope this helps you out when it comes to your trading. This is some of the framework that a lot of traders really struggle with. And this is the reason why most people don't do well in the markets. One, they have no plan, which simply means over the last 20 trades, if I showed you my last 20 trades, all of them look almost identical to each other. Almost identical. Why? Because it's the setup I'm looking for. Make sense? Then I also understand the win-loss ratio. Like I understand that some of my trades that I take, I don't know which one it's going to be, are going to be part of loss ratio. That's how it's. Professional trading is not about knowing. You don't need to know what's going to happen tomorrow or what's going to happen with this trade for you to do well in the markets. Your job is just to keep taking that setup that you know that works overall. Take 20 trades of the exact same thing. And you're like, oh. But when you're starting to try to load up on one stock and you have no plan of, okay, I'm going to get out of this once it actually goes against me, then you hold and 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 you just think watch this thing just drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop, just like people have been doing with Bitcoin right now. And this is exactly what people do with Bitcoin, right? And it's a roller coaster for you. It's exactly what happened with Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped and then it rallied. People say the bottom's in and then it'll drop again. And then it rallied. Oh, Bitcoin, the bottom's in. And then it'll rally, right? And then it rally again. Oh, the Bitcoin bottom's in. And then they drop it down. It's like, oh, the market's manipulated. Forget the manipulation. Forget all that bull crap. Bullshit, right? Just forget about it. Please just focus, listen to the chart, respect the market. You're not smarter than the market. And not one white paper or report or newsletter or anything out there is going to help you there. I want you to do well out of the markets. But if you're going to keep trading the markets with no respect, with no plan of attack, with bad risk management, you're going to keep getting smacked in the face. And if this is the weekly chart, which this is exactly what the weekly chart of Bitcoin looks like, lower high, lower high, lower high, and people are still trying to pick the bottom. Don't try and pick the bottom. Go with the market. Exactly what we're seeing right now in silver and gold. That weekly chart is still very, very weak. And it's it's the opposite to what we're seeing right now in the stock market. The stock market is still making major higher lows in the markets. So overall, still a big upward trend on the stock market. Still a big downtrend overall on the silver and gold market. And I hope this is just an example and a warning that you don't ever want to fight that weekly chart, because when you do, you're putting the odds against you and you're trying to be smarter than the market. Don't fight the market and trade with the trend. After being mentored by 4 different 7-figure traders, I've realized they all have some things in common that actually help them do really, really well in the markets. So I'm actually putting on a free training where I'm going to walk you through the 7 simple but powerful universal laws to becoming a consistent profitable trader while achieving a very high success rate without spending 13 years trying to figure it all out. Plus, I'm going to walk you through the absolute details of my #1 trading system that I trade every single day. The very first link in the description, click on that and you'll be able to go check it all out and be able to go see this free training. And I'm going to walk you through every single detail of these 7 universal laws so you too can start to have the odds on your side. So go do that right now and I'll see you on the next page.